Are you still partnering with Junior Lee?
What did you just say?
Are you partnering with Junior Lee on deals?
Trying to, yeah.
Cool, man. How has the lead flow been? Pretty good for you guys?
See here, I gotta turn the volume up. There we go. What was the last thing you said there?
I said, what were you guys? How has his lead flow been?
Man, I've been hitting Facebook hard.
Looking for JV opportunities or what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been hitting Facebook trying to get these. I'm on Dispo. So yeah, I've gotten a lot of hits, but haven't reeled anything in yet.
Yeah, man. A lot of times on Facebook, a lot of people are, they have deals that they didn't know how to price correctly and all that. So you have to sort through a lot of information to be able to get a good deal, but it is possible.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm just posting out that we have property available, and then replying with getting their email address, and replying, letting them know that we have leads available and what they're interested in, and trying to get them a list. But I get probably maybe 1 or 2 out of 10, if that, are actual people that are wanting to buy land. I get a lot of new Western. Oh my goodness. It seems like every third response is a new Western realtor or Keller Williams, And so I just straight up ask them, are you a realtor? We're looking for end buyers. We're looking for cash buyers, and a lot of other wholesalers too. I'm not looking to daisy chain.
Yeah, man. So I've heard a lot of good things about New Western's dispo abilities. I've never worked with them, but I've heard good things about them. I think they did like 890 million last year or something like that, or the year before.
Yeah, I talked to one of them last night. She said they're like the largest or the fastest growing, and I wouldn't doubt it. I just got an offer on a piece that I picked up on Facebook, but my seller's too high. I couldn't take it. But I don't know. I think my seller's high on the problem with this property is he got it for $6,000, just like middle of last year, 8 months ago, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so anytime anybody pulls the property up, it shows that he paid $6,000 for it. Now the guy was a neighbor, so I don't know how much cash was passed, behind that wasn't taxed, but that's the problem I'm having is a lot of this property is people are wanting 3 and 5 times what they paid for it just 6 or 8 months ago.
Everybody knows the market's going crazy, and then the marketers are going crazy and all that stuff. So yeah, again, just sorting through a lot of information is probably the only way to get it done.
Yeah.
I got a card right here from Dan Diaz. I wanted to share this with you guys. It says, use this when the seller asks if you're going to give them a lowball offer. It says, we cannot pay full market value for your property. There needs to be some kind of margin for us, but we will make up for that in speed and convenience. Knowing this, is there a reason for us to still talk about your property and situation? That's it, because if you're going to comb through a lot of information, you need to cut to the chase pretty quick. I tell every single seller that, hey, I'm an investor, and I look for properties where there's a little bit of room for me. And I ask them, do you think there's any room for me on this? And then let them tell you yes or no right then and there. And then also, if they're high, man, I mean, you can still go back in and try to work out some kind of like creative finance or something like that. So even if they are high, you can still try to piece a deal together. I've even done deals where I've offered them more than they were asking. And well, how does that work? I'm going to need a little bit of time with the property, maybe 12 to 24 months.
That makes sense. I just missed one. The guy, I passed on it for 25, and he sold it like yesterday or today. He sold it for 30. It was 2 half-acre lots, and a builder came in and bought it. And so I missed, an easy $5,000 or so if I just would have said, okay, yeah, I'll take it. But it's on a cistern, and I just sold one up in that neighborhood for $22,500, and the guy was squirming and didn't want to pay $22,500. But yeah,
good job, man.
Things are going crazy. Hey, does anybody in the Hive do short-term rentals?
I'm about to right now. Hopefully we're closing on one, maybe tomorrow, Monday, something like that. but I have a, I don't, I'm not doing it myself. Daniel has it, right, Daniel?
Yeah, I have a guy, and we're trying to do more in Atlanta right now too.
Well, you
So
want 68?
68.
68. Yeah. 68.
I mean,
I have a lead. I have a lead on 68 short-term rentals that they're selling as a bundle.
for how much?
I don't know. I'm working out them. I'm getting more details. I'm just seeing if there's anybody interested in it. I know it's but yeah.
Is that the one from Data Rabu?
The
Are
name
they
doesn't
trying
ring
to
a
sell
bell.
it?
Yeah.
You know, that's another thing too, is somebody might have bought it and then thought that, you know, it was going to be very easy, right? Like the gurus tell you. And then it turned out to be more work than they wanted to mess with. So I know Daniel knows a guy, I think, that what he does is he partners with them and then he just shares revenue with the person that owns it.
Yep. So he does like a management agreement. It's almost like property management, but he negotiates a higher spread. But he does buy too. The problem with like sometimes with the portfolios, the Airbnb portfolios, they'll try and sell it like commercial as far as cap rate. So it's not even the house value. So they're usually trying to sell over ARV, which you just have to find the right buyer for it. That's all.
Right.
It's a cool business model.
Yep.
Hey guys, so the reason we wanted to just bring everybody together today is we were interested in talking to those of you that would like to, you know, build your business, scale, build, extend like the software portion of your business. I feel like a lot of people don't grasp, you know, why we created a software company instead of scaling and focusing on our real estate company. But you know, I think it leads down to one phrase, right? And that's human capital. And I don't know if everybody in the hive mind quite grasp yet. We don't talk about it a whole lot, but the only thing that would help you scale your business faster than anything else is human capital. So imagine this, right? Imagine if you had 50 or 100 people that come into an office every day, or they're working from home and they're working on your behalf. What do you think would happen to your business? If anybody could just unmute and just, what would you think would happen if you had 100 people texting and
It
calling?
would grow. It would grow tremendously.
It would be nuts. It would be absolutely nuts, right? And that was the model. So what the software does is it gives you permission to share the information with people in a way so that if they do partake in the software, they build their company inside of the CRM while you're holding their hand, you know, bringing them to the meetings, getting other people to help them do deals. It makes things very, very simple. So right now I have 8 people working with me, helping me do deals, answering leads, like calling leads for me, doing the first touch, running comps, you know. So for every deal that I'm doing very, very little effort. And then even like sometimes I don't even know I have a closing. Like Title would just text me and be like, hey, can you be here by 3:30? I'm like, sure, what's going on? Like, oh, you have a signing today. So there's nothing special that I did. There's no magic formula, you know, there's no $8,000 paywall. It's just sourcing human capital was the whole entire purpose behind HiveMind. It's to find people that can help you and you can help them. Even if you're brand new and you don't have a lot of capital, then you can offer your time to somebody else that's in the group. And I think maybe some of us feel a certain way. Like we said, well, I don't want to, you know, bother people and I don't want to jump in people's inbox. They might not like it, but that's our business model. You know, the business model is a hive. It's for us to be able to lean on each other, count on each other. And if you can give somebody else your time, maybe do some cold touch on some leads, help with dispo, those types of things, that somebody who's doing a ton of deals, like if somebody said, hey, Anthony, can I pay you $100 an hour to sit and make phone calls? The answer is already no. I don't have that kind of time to invest anymore. So I try to provide leads to my team members so that they can do those warm touches. And then they're getting paid, you know, really, really nicely. One of my team members on a deal we're going to close in about 12 days. She's gonna make about $35,000 on that lead. So it's like, why would I give up $35,000 for somebody to spend an hour and a half, 2 hours working on a deal? And the answer to that is leverage. Because nowhere in my mind am I thinking like, oh, I would give up 2 hours of my own time so I can capture that 35,000. Because if you're thinking about it that way, then you're gonna have a hard time scaling in the long run. Because again, if I can have 100 people or 200 people or like 320, 330 in HiveMind right now helping me do deals, then I don't need to make 100% of each deal. You know, if I only made 30% of each deal, and I'm doing 100 deals a month, I'm doing okay. So it is hard for me to accept that and see that, I just gave away 35 grand when I could have did it myself in 2 hours. But it's about where I'm headed. It's where I'm headed in the future. So I'm not too worried about what's happening right now because I know what I'm building, and that's what I wanted to chat with you guys about today. See how you're, what are you doing in your business? How are you leveraging your resources? And if you're not thinking about human capital, what can we do to kind of turn that switch on in your brain so that we can start to help you scale your company?
So Anthony, I think this brings up like the whatever we're going to call that. So we're getting a property sub to this next. When is that? We're closing the property, Anthony. The big house. The big house.
We were hoping to meet them tomorrow. If not, maybe it'll push till Monday or something, or Saturday.
So we're getting a 5-bedroom, 5-bath house that we're turning into the Hive Mind headquarters. We kind of mentioned it a couple weeks ago. That's going to happen. Everybody said yes. All that process has been through and through. So we're supposed to get the keys Friday or Monday. And one thing we're going to do next month, I don't know what we're going to call it yet, but this is kind of like the pre-sale to that, is we're going to show you exactly what Anthony's doing to find that deal. We locked up 2,000 acres using that same strategy. We found that house using that strategy. It's just texting a lot of people. So we're going to do 1 year subscription with
it was 1,300 acres, not 2,000.
Oh my bad, 1,300 acres. Sorry. So he like the 1,300 acres in the house that he's getting tomorrow, using this the text blasting strategy. So we're probably going to do this in March, but we'll give you it's going to come with room and board, food, and we're going to cover the software, real estate, negotiating land deals, all that good stuff. And it's like a week in the trenches. We're thinking of a name still, but it's going to be, and you get a year subscription of HiveMind with this for $29.99. So it's going to we're going to put you to work. That's all it is. It's going to be work. We'll provide the leads. We'll provide the marketing. We'll teach you how to do it. And we'll provide room and board and food. And hopefully you'll make $10,000-$20,000 working there for 3 days, So we really want you to succeed and get traction quicker. So a friend of ours did this recently, and he had really big success with it. So we're trying something similar, see if it works out. So whoever's interested in being our first test dummies, we're gonna make it happen. So I'll probably fly out and teach the system, and Anthony's gonna put you to work, working the phones and the SMS. That way we can get some big deals on the pipeline. So
I just wanted to introduce myself. Anthony and we've, I guess, known each other for quite some time now. My name's Connor Hood. I know Bob's on the call too. I've talked to him as well. I am a farm and ranch broker. This is my first Hive meeting, I guess, with y'all. So hope everyone is doing well. But anyway, I am a farm and ranch broker, and I've talked to Anthony about this in the past before, and I can tell the group this. I have got some big investors who can spend quite a bit of money, and they're looking for anything basically within an hour from any major city, 500 acres and up. And as long as 10 to 15% of the properties are not in a floodplain, they can spend $10,000 to $15,000 an acre. Price wise for these guys, they really don't have a budget. As long as it's kind of the right fit, from an hour from every major city. And so I've talked to Anthony in the past before. He sent me some deals, but if y'all have got anything in the pipeline that might be worth my interest, definitely be interested. I kind of know how y'all's business model works. I'm kind of on the opposite side of it, and I've talked to Anthony about it in the past on how we could basically work out some deals together. Anthony, I don't know if you want to step in and talk to them about that model. But I think that model could be advantageous for everybody.
Hey man, I'm not too sure which model you're referring to.
Okay, so basically I deal with more of the retail side of farm and ranch, right? Whenever y'all get a chance, y'all can go check out the website. And I can like text a link or, you know, a website later, but it's hoodrealestateinc.com. And all we do is farm and ranch properties. We got stuff all the way up to 150 million currently. And basically with the wholesaling side of it, you know, if y'all find a deal, you know, currently as a wholesale, like for an example, if y'all find 1,000 acres, contract it on 5,000 an acre, my guys can pay retail for it because they're buying holds, and say, you know, retail value just for talking purposes is 7,500 an acre, right? You know, basically we contract on it, buy it, and we can either work out a deal where I can make a commission from y'all on the deal while y'all make money as well on that 2,500 an acre gain. Or if the sellers that y'all talk to, if they are not interested in wanting to on paper try to sell their property for not a wholesale price and want to sell it for a retail price, you can refer me to those guys, and with whatever commission that I make, you know, we could work out a deal with HiveMind or something as a consulting fee, and get y'all paid on those deals. Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me, man.
Yeah, I got you. Appreciate that, man.
Sure. Yeah, it's you know, as a broker, it's hard for me because you know, I deal with a lot of people who buy retail. Now, of course, if I find the deals that are wholesale deals, obviously, you know, I would take those to my clients like right away. But I think it could be beneficial for all parties in this circle, because you know, both parties can make money either way. Like, okay, hey, party A, you know, y'all approach them, you know, they don't want to sell their property for, you know, or y'all contract it and try to make money on it, and then talk to me. If I got a buyer for it, great. And if not, if they want to sell it for retail, then I can, you know, basically bring my buyer in, buy it with that commission, and then, you know, get y'all paid as well.
Hey, I'll say, don't discount what Connor's saying right here. If you have like a $1.5 million deal and he gives you just 1.5% of his commission, you're looking at like $22,000. So instead of not closing the deal, work with Connor here.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, I've already talked to Bob and to Anthony kind of about this approach already. And anyway, it's just never come to fruition because we never really had the time to discuss it. And I knew I was supposed to talk to one of Bob's partners, and we never got the opportunity to do that yet. But anyway, like I said, if you think a deal is going south on a wholesale deal, fine. If they want to sell it for retail, fine, right? And then we could work out some type of deal. Hey, thank y'all so much for the lead. I bring in my buyer to sell it, or you know, to sell that property. And if I don't have a buyer that can that can take it down. If they're interested in listing it, best case scenario with icing on the cake, we could do a 6% commission, and worst case is 3. And then whatever that commission base is, for whoever sends me the lead, I can write a check, as a consulting fee.
So which states are you licensed to list the properties in?
Say that again.
Which states are you licensed to list the properties in case if it goes to that?
I'm just a broker here in the state of Texas. But as far as people in other states, I can represent people in other states, do negotiations. I just can't legally have a promulgated form and draw it up in another state. But as far as negotiations go, I can do it verbally, like in New Mexico, Colorado, other states. But it would have to be on another broker's form that we would have to verbally do that deal with. But as far as Texas goes, I'm full blown. I'm all over the state of Texas. You can ask Anthony and Bob about me. We go all the way to Marfa, Alpine, Amarillo, Anahuac, near, east of Houston, South Texas to Hebronville. We're all over the state. So.
And Connor, you said that's strictly farmland?
Farm and ranch property. Yes, sir. Yep. Strictly farm and ranch.
Great, man. Thanks for the opportunity. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. And like I said, if y'all want to go check out our website and whatnot, I'd be more than happy to send, if anybody wants to send me their information, we can definitely, get in contact with each other and, go from there.
Hey, Connor, you can just pop your website right in the chat, and then everybody can just copy it down.
Yeah, let me see here. How do I do that?
3 buttons on the lower right-hand corner should be chat or more or something like that. And then you can just put it right in there in the messages.
Yeah, let me see here. Okay, here we go. I got it.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. For sure.
Muted. Thanks, Connor. Appreciate that, man. So yeah, appreciate that. So I know you got big deals. Shoot it to Connor. We worked with him on a bunch of other deals before, so definitely a good person you want to network with and know. We kind of have there's Connor's information. People are asking me, so the high boot camp, I'm gonna cover high boot camp again real quick. It's gonna be Monday to Friday, 5 days, comes with room, board, and food, 1-year subscription of HiveMind, and it's gonna be $29.99 for one person. If you have a partner you want to bring in, it's $49.99. We're gonna have the link for that up probably by Friday, probably by tomorrow. So if you guys are interested, definitely hit us up. Go ahead, Danielle.
Have you guys decided when in March?
It's probably gonna be the March 7 to 11. That's what we're looking
March
at.
7th. Okay, all right.
Yeah, March 7 to 11. And we just picked up a property for this that we're gonna remodel and make do. I don't know if we'll do it again, but we're gonna try it out and see how many people come, see how many people are interested in it. Mike Novak, I don't know how much beer will be provided, but you can bring some. So that's gonna be that. So we're working on a lot of different things right now. We're gonna launch that in March, like I said, first, second week of March. I'll have a website for you guys tomorrow. Just look for that in the Facebook group. Everybody that's interested in that, DM me on Instagram, Facebook, or text me if you have my number, whoever that is. I text a bunch of people might hear my number if you're interested in that. We're trying to launch Hive University. So I'll kind of paint a picture of what Hive University is going to be like. Hive University is going to be weekly calls based off of certain niches. So HBHS already agreed to come on and cover creative finance and sub 2. We're going to make it affordable. So they're going to do 1 hour minimum per week, minus holidays. So at least be three times a week to some effect. But they're going to cover, we're going to have different people covering different things. So Chad Doherty is going to cover how to build a portfolio and do real estate. HBHS is going to cover creative finance. Anthony's going to cover doing large land deals, subdivide, and all that stuff. I'm probably going to do it for like Hive Mind, just base calls, maybe at least maybe 2 to 3 a week, 2 to 3 a month. I mean, covering like Hive Mind questions if you guys need help with anything on the Hive Mind side. So we're really going to try to provide a lot of value, more than we are now on a large scale. So the whole thing is we really want people to learn how to do business better. And like I said, hopefully I'm going to bring Airbnb, sales, credit, you name it. I'm going to bring a lot of different educators covering those topics specifically, and you can jump in between courses and productions. So we're going to launch that hopefully by the end of the month. We also have, we're launching a Hive Buyers Club. That'll be launched hopefully within the next week or so. We have some people contributing on that side. Is that anybody has any deals and need help with dispositions, or if they want to shoot deals, we're going to try and buy as many deals as possible in Texas. So if anybody has any type of deal, single family houses, we'll look at all those in the next 2 to 3 weeks as well. That's coming out as well by the end of the month. Other thing coming out by the end of the month is Hive Media. If you guys do a lot of media content, we're launching a subscription-based unlimited video editing platform called Hive Media. Essentially, we'll edit unlimited videos for you for $1,500 a month or something to that effect.
Hey Daniel, real quick,
Go ahead.
with the purchasing of like single family home stuff that you guys are planning on doing.
Yep.
Will that only be in San Antonio and the surrounding areas, or are you basically throughout all of Texas?
It'll be all over Texas. Like I said, we'll buy the single family homes, but Schreier, who is here right now, we're looking for large deals, $500,000 or high or bigger as well, for multifamily, commercial, and industrial, and land as well. So literally, we wanted to see every deal you guys got because we might buy them.
And is he thinking about portfolios as well?
Schreier?
Yes.
Did he leave? I think, where'd he go? He was just there a minute ago. Go ahead, Schreier.
Oh, hey, sorry, for some reason my call dropped. Everybody, this is Schreier. I'm from Houston. I do most of my buying and selling in Houston, now in Dallas market. So I know Anthony and the team and everybody else for a long time, right? So happy to jump in. For commercial deals, anybody would have any questions, run those by to Anthony and Daniel, and I'm at the back end of it. I can walk you through up to $25 million deal. I actively buy lands, and I don't buy single family. I stopped buying single family, I should say, but I also buy commercial assets, apartments, and non-apartments as well. So if anybody would have any questions, any deal, pass that to Daniel and Anthony. I'll come on the back end and get you guys a preliminary number. And also I can create the range of prices you could go in, potential negotiating strategy. Then if the number goes out, happy to help you to sell and or buy as well.
Yeah. So
that's Shariah Khan, right?
Yep.
Okay, Greg. Yeah, we had a conversation before. I'll keep in touch.
Cool.
Yep. Hey, thanks, Schreier, man. I just wanted to say that it's probably going to be Schreier doing the commercial portion for the Hive University. He's also talking about creating a portal so that when you have a deal that you can submit, if you put in all the details about the deal, then it'll automatically respond to you and let you know if it's a deal or not. So yeah, lots of cool stuff in the works.
So we'll have the link for that Hive Buyers Club for all your deals to submit. We'll have that up. Probably I'm going to shoot for, let's say, Saturday or Sunday. So all that stuff we're working on a lot of different stuff. There's a lot of up and coming stuff we're releasing. So keep an eye on that in the Facebook group. But we're working really hard to make sure you have a lot of as much help as you need in different areas as you need. So There's definitely a lot of opportunity that we're releasing and coming out with. On side note, the podcast side, we're releasing 5 episodes a week. Check us out on all platforms. We brought on co-hosts, so I got Frank Spalding helping out, Matt Rogers, and Ariane Villanueva is helping out with our Spanish section. So we're releasing more podcast episodes in Spanish in the near future. So we're really focusing on that. So there's going to be a lot just going on in all different directions. Hive event this year, Hive event 2020-22. We're shooting for end of August, early September. It's going to be that last week of August or first week of September. We're going to lock it in between those two. It's going to be in Fort Lauderdale in DeAndre's backyard. So we're gonna have some fun down there for Hive event 2.0. We did one last year in Dallas, so we're gonna do that again, except in Fort Lauderdale. So there's a lot going on, a lot of things happening, and we hope you guys get a ton of value from all of that. But yeah, what else I got? Man, there's so much we're working on. It's crazy. I think we're working on releasing a Hive NFT with Frank Spalding, and we're working on hopefully having our first Hive storage by the end of the year. We're starting a storage company, so we're doing crazy things. I hope you all can stay along for the ride. We're doing some big stuff this year, so I'm excited. I hope you all are excited. Anthony, anything else you want to cover or mention?
Just about the Airbnb, Shariah says that he has a 6,000 square foot building he's working on in Houston. It's going to be the same thing, so that there's a local center for everybody to go and work, kind of a co-working space for the Hive Mind. But we would like to have one in every major city. So if somebody finds a commercial building or a big house, like 3,000 to 5,000 square feet plus, let's take a look at that, and maybe we can help you take it down so we can start to be established in every city. So again, looking for people that you can work with, grow a team, network with people. It'll take a lot of stress off your plate. It'll add a lot of value to your business, and a million and one reasons to do it. But yeah, just keep your eyes peeled for sub-twos and that type of stuff.
I forgot about the co-working space. That's crazy. So we're probably going to turn that office in San Antonio into a co-working space. So anybody local can go there if you want to come visit, let Anthony know. But we're probably going to turn it into a co-working space. Like I said, Shariah is working on something similar in Houston. So we'll have something in Houston and San Antonio. And then we're looking in LA, San Diego, and Atlanta right now as well. So if anybody has any large Airbnb houses or office space in those areas, we're looking as well. Go ahead, Eloy.
No, I just found an Airbnb that somebody wants to sell, looking for a house on my own, but I don't think it's what y'all need. It's a little bit smaller. It's a big house, but it's kind of made for Airbnb, has a pool and everything, and branded close to Tampa, like 15 minutes away from Tampa. So I can send you that. I can't afford it myself. Like, it was like a personal house, but I can send you the lead if you want.
Send it. We'll look at it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just FYI too, just as a strategy, we wouldn't be looking for something that's like a sub-2, so we're not trying to take out $1 million loan in every city, right? So if we can put down $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 and then just take over the house, that's kind of what.
There you go. Yeah, so keep an eye out for those. We have people everywhere, so keep your eyes open. Plenty of opportunity, plenty of things going on to participate in. I think Evan, you want to go, Evan?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I just wanted to put a quick plug in. This last week, we officially launched offmarkethive.com in Milwaukee at Tony Romo's event, or excuse me, Tony Romero's event. Not to be confused with the football player. But basically what we're doing is we're taking off-market property, blasting it to all the realtors in Texas. We're only serving Texas only at this moment. But we do, so basically you submit a property on our website. We set up blast on Friday for the following week. We'll blast it out to all the realtors in that area, and then they call you back. How we're charging for it is it's either $500 up front or 10% on the margin on the back end. Just everybody know we're not a full dispo service. We're just notifying all the realtors of your deal. And we require that you pay them at least 4% commission to get them motivated. But it's pretty straightforward. If you want to know more about that, I'll drop the website link in, and you can message me if you have more information.
There you go. Does anybody have any questions about anything that we talked about? Because I know it was a lot. Anything. Today is ladies' call, so they are going to take over after this call. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into some storage spaces, man. That, per square foot, you can't beat, $100 a month for 100 square foot 10 by 10 storage unit, man. I would love to get into that.
Oh, well, once we get a handle on it, we'll teach you how to do it too. It's one of those things where we're open books, so we're kind of exploring it in our own direction, and we're here to educate and bring you along with us. So we'll definitely share the information as we get it going. We'll probably document the whole process as well. Anybody else have any questions? Go ahead, Connor.
Oh, no, I was just saying, thanks for the opportunity for letting me talk. And yeah, that's basically it. So glad I finally joined. I talked to Anthony about it. I'm like, man, I just haven't had the time to join. And I was still here at my office and still working on some stuff. And I was like, man, I'll just take, 30 minutes of my time to, kind of talk to everybody and all that and kind of network. So I'm glad I did. So
you don't know how far this will end up, Connor.
Right. So
the hive is strong. Go ahead, Bob.
And you don't know where this will end up. This might be on YouTube. I didn't know they were recording the other day. I didn't even think about it. And I got uploaded on YouTube. Thank you very much. I was gone for the first part, and then you guys started a good conversation on on cold calling, and I didn't want to interrupt that. So I didn't get back into the conversation until about a half an hour through the podcast or the Zoom meeting.
Hey, we'll make you famous, Bob. Go ahead, DeAndre.
Hey, yeah, I want to ask, how do you manage a contractor from 5 hours away?
I think this is an Anthony question. Anthony.
Yeah, the answer is, man, it's just going to cost you a little bit more. And then I always make sure that they're both licensed and insured. That's obviously not a complete fail-safe, but that's the way I've always done it, because you can hold their feet to the fire if they do something goofy. A lot of contractors are going to try to extract more capital up front than they've done before, than work they've done and for materials. But then I don't work with people like that. If they don't have enough money to float sections of the job and get paid after that each section is inspected, then I just don't work with them at all. It's already a red flag if they don't have 5 or 10 grand in their bank account to keep things moving along. So I think pretty much just that's really all you can do to safeguard. And then I would hire a third-party inspector, like an engineer, just to pass by and check it out. They're super inexpensive. It's like $300 or $400 a visit.
Yeah, I asked that because so I had this contractor working on this single family today, and I told this guy, I say, look, I just want you to paint the cabinets. Don't touch anything else. Just paint. Your responsibility is the cabinets. And this guy paints the entire kitchen, and I told him just to do the cabinets. It's not a big deal, but it's like, it's my first time dealing with contractors, and I'm like 5 hours away from the property. So it's like, I don't know, maybe he didn't understand what I said. Maybe I wasn't clear, but I'm like, hey, you're responsible for painting the cabinets. We already got someone painting the kitchen walls. Just do the cabinets. And this guy takes upon himself, you know what, I'm going to paint the whole kitchen, And I was just like, here we go,
Those overachievers you got to watch.
Yeah, I was going to say for sure, dealing remotely is every line item has to be checked off. So there's no misunderstanding of what's included and what's not included. Because if you ever end up in court, right, just like real estate, you want to make sure that every single line item is very, very clear about what's expected and what's being covered and what's not being covered. That way, in case he does something like that, he says, I'm just going to, some contractors will do that. They'll reach and try to beat you up for some more cash. So So just making sure that your paperwork is excellent.
Yeah, if I could chime in for a second here, DeAndre, man, I had the same situation going on where I hired a contractor. I met him on site. We shook hands. We talked about everything that needed to be done. We discussed the scope of work. And I mean, I literally told him, do not tear out the bidet because I don't want to have to replace the floor. Well, sure enough, he's like, oh, I was taking out the bidet or I broke a tile. And so I decided I'll just put a new floor in for you. Well, who's paying for the floor? Are you paying for the floor? Or am I paying for the floor? Who's paying for the floor? So he, I was like, well, since we're replacing the floor, I'll go ahead and do more than I wanted to do. Before I knew it, things snowballed. I mean, it turned out to be a disaster. Some of his subs that showed up on the job site brought their kids. Their kids picked up spray paint and were spray painting on the concrete. I mean, it was a nightmare. So what I'm doing now, if I'm not on the job, everybody's got a smartphone. Everybody's got a camera on their smartphone. Do the FaceTime thing and say, show me. You can be right there, DeAndre. You can be in the house on your smartphone and say, show me what you're doing. Show me what you did. And I would do it, a couple times a day, depending on what's going on. I mean, the guy ripped out like way more trees than he was supposed to. And he wound up costing me $15,000 on the back end on the sale of the house because I couldn't get bank financing because he didn't have the doors in on time for the bank to walk through and say that it was a livable property. So I lost that deal. And by the time he had the doors in, I wound up having to take 15 grand less on the deal. So use that phone, use that smartphone, use that camera, and hound the guy. And if he's not answering your calls, man, that's a big red flag right there too.
Thanks, boy. You understand how much I appreciate your answer, man.
There you go. Go ahead, Schreier.
I was going to say, DeAndre, this happens a lot. I have 9 rehabs going, 27 people running around. What we start doing is all these scopes are as a pictorial basis. We don't even talk. I mean, we explain, but everything on a picture. Whatever you want to do, take a picture, mark it up. So, I mean, that has reduced a lot of double work a lot. So if you do any project, especially when you are not there, try to build a Word document or presentation where you take the pictures of the unit and you write it down, this, 1, 2, and 3, or put an example what it needs to be at the end of the day when they're done. With those two, we have reduced a lot of churns for the scope. Just want to share that.
That's a good idea because I made sure that I got the scope of work. That was not starting until I got the paperwork, so I got it, and everything is broken down, but I didn't do the picture thing. So it seems like that's what I'm missing, the pictures and kind of what Bob said, like, hey, they're in the house, they're doing the work. Hey, what's the update? I'm right here. Show me there. So
that's right.
That's the main thing I'm missing right now.
Yeah.
It's the first project I'm working on. So, I know the first one's always going to be a struggle. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to learn a lot. So just trying to, pick some things up.
And this one is just appetizer. Just hang tight. Dinner is coming.
I know, man. I know.
So on that note, also we used to go a lot to the job site. Now we don't. We do FaceTime. So almost everybody has WhatsApp. We just get on a WhatsApp call and they just walk the house middle of the day. So we can run a lot of things and save a lot of time driving back and forth. So we go now once a week, but 2 or 3 times a week, we'll just get on a midday, your Zoom call, not Zoom call, your WhatsApp call. And everybody got WhatsApp or whatever app that you're going to have. And we use that to give us an update.
That was some management gems right there.
Yeah, and I'm going to tag on to that. I'm going to reiterate what Anthony said about the money. If they, if you let them string you out, man, you're going to be behind the ball, and you're going to be at their mercy. And so, you got more money into this thing, and then you're like, well, now I got to keep paying them to get the job done. Don't let it start out that way. Get them in there, get them to have skin in the game. and, you know, only pay him for what's done. And everything you do, you can't control it, man. I mean, I have things happen all the time. You know, it seems like these guys on the job, they look for any reason to not do something you told them to do.
Yeah, man. I thought I was the only one, man. I feel way better. I thought I was the only one.
Now, the homeowner told me don't make any dust in the basement, so therefore I didn't do the drywall down there. Well, you could have called me. You know, that's my job to deal with the customer, not yours. You know, if something's inhibiting you from doing what I'm paying you to do, you need to call me and let me know. So yeah, you're gonna have hiccups and bumps. Just those FaceTime calls, I would definitely stay up on that. I should have done that. I was supposed to go out that day with that drywaller there, and I didn't go because he's a pretty good dude and he knows what he's doing. But one little comment from the customer, and boom, now I got another, you know, that didn't get done. And so now we got another trip out there. And who's paying for that?
You are. I'm working on a flip right now. I think I'm just gonna wholesale it. I don't even want to deal with it. That's funny. Things you learn. Anybody else? Any final questions they want to cover? We're just gonna hand over to the ladies.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I have a quick question. See, I was doing subject 2. Sorry, there's a delay on my end. I was wondering, for the subject 2, is that course going to be specifically just for Texas, or is it going to be for the specific states? Because I know laws are very, very different between states.
Elo, you cut out.
Can you hear me?
You cut out.
Sorry, I was just asking.
That's better.
Is the subject 2 course that you're going to have in your Hive Mind University going to be for just Texas or other states?
It should be nationwide, but it's going to be really focused on Texas because we're out of Texas. So we'll make sure they have material. That's a good question, but they should cover other states too as well. If anything, we'll have the resources to point you in the right direction if you do find something out of state besides Texas.
Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions about anything we spoke about today? We covered a lot. Nope. No. All right.
How much is that program again? There's $3,000.
Yeah. So it's going to be Monday to Friday, food, room and board, and a year subscription of Hive. It's going to be in San Antonio for $29.99.
And that's coming up when?
Second week of March.
Oh, that's pretty quick.
Yeah.
That's pretty soon.
Yeah, yes, pretty soon. So we picked up a 5-bedroom, 5-bath. It's a 5-5. It's a 5-bed, 5-bath house. It's about 5,000 square feet. So it's got the space and ability to host all these people. So we're gonna try it out, see how it works out the first time. But we're gonna cover a lot of different things. Go ahead, Evan.
Daniel, it's actually a 5-bed, 7-bath.
There you go. My bad. 5-bed, 7-bath. Look at that. I'm wrong. There's extra bathrooms for no reason.
and a house full of chandeliers.
And a house full of chandeliers. There you go. So we'll have a website for that. We'll have a link up for that to buy tomorrow. So definitely a lot going on. Any final questions? We're gonna get over to Sharonda and the ladies. All right. Let's do it.
This is not really a question, but it's more of a comment. If anybody has any lots in Port Charlotte, Marion Oaks, Ocala, or Lehigh Acres, my buyers are literally asking me like every other day. And I think a lot of other people are having the same problem as well, getting inventory. Just wanted to put it out there if anybody wants a JV.
All right, there you go.
Eloy, what are your Eloy, it's Matt. What are your buyers paying for single family lots in Lehigh?
It depends. Like it really depends on the location. And because if you know anything about Lehigh, it was 33976. It's probably more like 15,000, but it's like 33972. It'll probably be like 13,000, around that range. It also depends if it's close to like electric poles.
Yeah, that's cool. We can talk offline. That's what I figured they were probably paying. That's what mine are paying too. So it's fairly common. Okay, cool.
Go ahead, Schreier.
Hey, just want to add to it a couple of things. For my end of it, I'm actively looking for lands in the Class A locations and/or development opportunities, if you know anything, okay, especially North Dallas, 50 plus acres, and within the Houston and the Dallas area, inner city, and I'll buy. So far this year, I closed on 11 properties. I have 70 more to go. On the commercial end, anybody has any apartments, $3 to $15 million, let me know. I think my plan is to buy 4 to 6. I have 2 under contract, 2 million. Sorry, 2.5 million. The other one is 17 million. So if you guys have any leads, don't know how to underwrite, reach out to me. I'll help you out. And you can do what.
Hey, Sherrod, what is your minimum doors that you're looking at?
So it depends on the location, right? And I'm playing mostly in Houston area, but I'm also looking in the Florida market and Arizona market and Colorado market. I have 3 teams that I'm working within who buy. So on the Texas market, larger is better, right? Anything less than $2 million, 30, 35 doors is too small. If it is an inner city, right in the middle of the Houston or Austin or Dallas area, fine. But if it's outside, larger is better.
Right.
Okay. Not down to the south side, close to the borderline. The population needs to be 100,000 or higher. So in a smaller town, that kind of pans out. It just doesn't work out. But whatever you have, and I can give you an opinion, right? Even though I don't buy it, but at least you have a data point to go about it. So just want to share that with everybody.
Yeah, and
I appreciate it. And Sherrod, oh my bad, DeAndre.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, man, I appreciate it because now with Sherrod talking, I remember our conversation. It was about a mobile home park in Michigan, and he gave me some great advice on it. And I steered away from it, and with good cause. So Sherrod knows exactly what he's talking about. And anybody got a question like that, then most definitely hit him up.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I guess I'm buying single families nationwide. Me and Louis Morales, I have a property under contract with him right now in Alabama, a single family. So if you got some single families and the numbers make sense, shoot them my way. I will definitely look into them, and I might make you an offer and buy it.
Not if we don't buy it first.
Right, exactly.
There you go. We appreciate everybody coming out today. We're gonna hand over to ladies. Sharonda's gonna take it over. Ladies call is second Thursday of every month. And Sharonda runs that. So we're gonna hand that over. Hope she has a great time. We appreciate everybody coming out. Join us on the next call Saturday at noon Central. Have a great day, guys.